Hello there guys, it's me, Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to Europa Universalis IV as Great Britain. We are just about to declare war on India. I'm just waiting for a couple of cavalry to pop up. Also, just noticed that I'm actually at the admin cap, which is really bad. What can we do here? Well, we're going to use some for coring provinces, but we don't have a lot of expensive provinces to core. We could do a little bit of development, but we could just go and grab the next rank of admin tech, although we are currently 4 years ahead of time. Let's do a little tiny bit of development, just so that we're not wasting points on the cap. I mean, London's always been quite well developed. It's nice to get some extra tax in the high level cities. 700 puts us down to 600. That's fine. Not going to have to worry about hitting the cap again for a little while. So we're nearly ready to go to war with India. Just waiting on these cavalry. Got my heavies down here already. There you go. Let's move you in. Okay, so let's group up. And we are going to declare war. For, well, this one I think. It doesn't really matter. Right, their ally's not even going to come in and help, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do, first of all, because we've got quite a lot of infantry here, I'm just going to split off 2 infantry. I'm going to send one down here, and I'm going to send the other one over there, because there's no forts. We'll just go and siege those 2 provinces out nice and quickly. Now, we do have a couple of forts up here. What we want to try and do is go and blockade their fleet in. So let's do that. So they've got a fort here and they've got a fort here. There's their army. They're going to move into this province. They're actually moving into there. Well, I'm not bothered about this province much. Now, what is their actual tech level? I didn't check. Their tech is 18. My military tech is... yeah, they're massively behind, so we should just face flatten them. They are locked in. Unfortunately, we do have to go a bit of a strange direction to get there. So this should just end up with their army being flattened, and we've already got these 2 provinces, so we can just move these 2 extra guys in. I guess I don't even need to do that. You can just go and start sieging a fort. You guys can just start sieging some provinces that don't actually have any, Oh, we're going to catch you. Again, difference in tech means we'll just run right through you, so... and I'm running on speed 3 because, well, you know, this should go quite easily, really. So Parliament's refused to pass the charter colonies and we lost 20 prestige, which is a shame, but we are still gaining legitimacy. So we don't mind that too much. I thought we had a siege leader here. Was that the guy that died? Really? Okay, let's select the army. Let us create a new army and grab the cavalry, because cavalry can move the fastest. So we don't have a leader there at all, let alone a siege leader. Can we get a siege leader? Well, we don't have one. But we're ahead on top. We've got all of our idea group. Yeah, there is another debate in Parliament. I think we're just going to ignore that and take the legitimacy drop at this point, because I don't want to lose more prestige. Let's get a leader. We don't have a leader with any siege. Let's roll for 1 and hope we get lucky. Well, we can have 4, so let's roll 1 more time. Okay, this guy's a crap leader, but he has siege, so... it'll make these sieges go quicker. And we don't really need a good leader to defeat these guys because they're just so far behind on tech. Lose 15 Diplo. Or, yeah, I'll just lose the Diplo. Got plenty of Diplo. We're almost at the cap again. So we need to try and end this war quite quickly or find something to spend our Diplo points on. So that one is going to finish quite quickly. There's no point me moving this guy out of here because the fort in this province will flip it back if I move him out. The same as if I move that guy out. There we go, though. We've already gone and got that fort. So let's move you Oh, there we go. That's where I wanted to move you to. Oh, have you changed your mind? That's disappointing. You need to move into that province. You need to move into that province. Their army is going to get destroyed again, which is always nice. We'll recall that diplomat. Now they do have... Right, he can't even siege that back because he doesn't have enough men there. So that's good. We've already occupied that, so let's just go ahead and... Can't move there because of the stupid fort. It says I can move there, but then it says that our land movement is blocked by a hostile fort. Fine, go and sit in that province then. Well, that does mean you going through 2 cavalry. Although, 1 infantry versus 2 cavalry. Is it 2 cavalry or is it... Yeah, no, it's 1 cavalry and 1 cannon. That infantry should win. Even without a leader. Saying that... Could be very wrong there. You can go in and help, though. I'm going to lose an infantry here, unfortunately. Oh, no, we managed to reinforce in time. Good stuff. There we go. Privateers gaining more money. You're sieging that nicely. You can go and siege that. You can go and siege that. So gain a skill 2 commandant, and she'll be 50% cheaper. Or make her available for duty or gain 10 prestige. Let's take the prestige, because we did take a prestige hit for failing the thing in Parliament. Right, here's their army. They came back quick, didn't they? Looks like I'm going to have to start keeping my army together. And fortunately for me, the time it takes for them to siege anything is so slow. If we go up 1 more province, we can actually force their ships out. There we go. What do we want here? Reckless privateer. Well, again, we want that privateer efficiency for a while. So, colonies become self-sustaining. Let's go and sort this out first. You're going to move over there. And that should be the last colony in Australia. I guess, yeah, France have got the rest of the stuff. Is this not ours? This is ours, but we can't actually see it because it's still terra incognita. How stupid is that? I guess we could then start grabbing around sort of Papua New Guinea and stuff. So that's probably what we'll end up doing after we've finished with Australia. So these guys now are going to move over here. Already got 36% war score and already got 2 of their forts, so it might be worth just sort of piecing out relatively quickly. Sort of chasing the icon around, try and do that. So that'll be their army crushed again. I'm actually losing a few more units this time around, but... There we go. Of course we won the battle we expected to. Let's just move up and siege this province out, simply because we can force their ships out, and if we can sink their navy, they've only got 5 heavies, 10 lights, and the rest of them are all transports, so... We could go ahead and then just try and siege their capital out as well. And that'll make them very likely to quit. So their ships have gone all the way up there. Looks like Provence is actually dropping off troops. Well, we can move our heavies up there and catch them if they try to come out, but I think we'll be okay. Let's have a look and see what we could get if we negotiated peace now. They're already at low enthusiasm. So if we wanted to take those 2 provinces, that would give us 8.4% overextension. If we took Malabar, that would give us 16.8, which would start to increase the timer again, which is not necessarily good for us. Well, we've got lots of war score left, so let's get them to revoke their cause, because we can afford to do that. And we can get war reparations from them, because why not? Take all the money they have, and we'll send demands. So that instantly puts us over the overextended again. So we're going to get that same issue. But these things should core relatively quickly. They're really cheap to core as well. We're almost back up to our full Diplo. Just quickly dock you guys up and then we'll send you back to the mainland. So what do I want to do? Don't want to go over our Diplo cap. Do we want to get the next Diplo tech? Or do we want to try and rush to admin tech level 26 so we can get our next idea group? Well, I'm sick of doing upgrading. So what I'm going to do, even though I'm massively ahead of time, I'm going to go and take the next tech. Because that means when I get to the next idea group, if I do pick a Diplo tech, I'm not going to have to worry about spending... saving up points for tech either. So let's just hope we don't end up getting the Civil War. So once you guys have repaired up, which won't take too long, you're going to come back home. And we'll drop you down here in Languedoc. Seems fine. So how can we balance these out a little bit more? They are some very, very big stacks. So let's say we make you a 24, 8, 18. So we want another infantry, another cavalry, and another mortar. And then for you, you need 2 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1. So 2 infantry, 1 cavalry, and 1 cannon. And then for you, 3 infantry and 1 cavalry. Yeah, I've still got the... So, 3 infantry and 1 cavalry. And the last one is this guy over here who needs, again, 3 infantry and 1 cavalry. So, 3 infantry, and I'll put the other cavalry on top of him just so I don't end up getting them all mixed up. So that should give us 4 equal size, equal composition armies that will be completely thrown out of whack the first time they go to war and they lose some numbers. So how is this looming disaster going on? It is getting there. It's not quite there yet though. So at 44%, gains +1 each month while we are at more than 10% over extension. And we're 10% of the way through these cores. We'll be done by June 1700. So even if it takes, what's that going to be? 30 months. So we're only going to get 30% more towards the looming disaster. And we are getting closer to that 75% legitimacy. But I have to make sure that we hit that before we start taking any more land. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a civil war, and that would be terrible. So you belong to that group. You belong to that group. All of you belong to that group. All of you belong to this group. So we should be ending up with groups of 50. So group you. Group you. You're missing a cannon. You can group. And you can group. So we have 24, 8, 18, 24, 8, 18, 24, 8, 18. And my OCD is satisfied for the time being. So invest in a new technology. Well, we're not at the cap yet on admin, so we might as well at least wait until we get to the end of the year. And that way we will save another 10% there. Almost... caught up with military tech. In fact, we could actually grab the next military tech now. But again, we're not at the cap, so I'm not going to worry about doing that straight away. At least we have managed to take a little bit more land down here in Africa. Now, did we add provinces down there before into... See, what we could do is we could release one of these nations as a vassal and feed provinces to it, but... Yeah, we did add the rest of the stuff down here into the trade company. So let's go ahead and make sure that we add the rest of the provinces to that. And then we'll continue to see if we can work up the coast and join up with Gal there. There's still a lot of India to take. We've only just really, you know, started to grab some of the coastline. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't got. Although we're still doing fairly well. How are we doing in terms of our income? Still 180 ducats per month. Inflation is going up. I think we, at one point, had an advisor that was reducing inflation. So at the moment it is actually going up again slightly. So we're in September. Very close to finishing the annex on Provence. French Brazil still love us, apparently. Improved relations is not quite capped. They still have liberty desire, but it's not massively high liberty desire. Everywhere else is under the percentage. Do have a lot of spare admin points. Lose 50 Diplo, that's upsetting. French Brazil, we could spend some more admin points and try and drop their liberty desire again, but I mean, really, what's the point? But they're disloyal, so they're not actually paying us any money at all. Okay, French Brazil. I have quite a bit of... let's spend some of that admin. And now, they're paying us 14 ducats 70 a month. Which is nice, and they're under the liberty desire cap. We should still be able to afford that technology come the end of the year, so I'm not too worried about that. Manpower is good. Our cap is 204k, which is very nice. Our land force limit is 371, and we're still massively below that. So we could go ahead and grab ourselves another army. Should actually edit this slightly and make it up to 25 and put it up to 9 cannons, but I like round numbers. But we don't quite have room for another 50. Nearly, but not quite. We're into the next year. Yeah, we can actually afford to wait until we're no longer ahead of time. Same with the military, so we should be okay. So let's go ahead, continue to do these conversions. Still number 1 in score. Haven't had a look at the ledger for a while. We've integrated. See, this is going to cause a problem now because we're going to have high liberty desire again. This will only be around until those until annex subjects goes away. So we're not too worried about that. Let's start making sure we suck up to Savoy. Might not even be worth integrating them for a single province. The amount of hassle it will cause with the integration. Ledger, that's what I was looking at. Country. In terms of... well, let's look at Treasury. We have more money than anybody else. By a long shot. Look at all the people that own massive amounts of money. Are these all like little Native American... Yeah, Native American, Native American, Native American. So all these are like Native American provinces that just have massive amounts of money. But we are top on money. Max manpower, we're top on that. Technology. Wow. Actually, Riga, Mantua and Naples. I guess we're up there. We're all on 70. I'm not too sure what the sort order is there. Score comparison. We're at the top. Who's catching us up? Spain is next in line, but they're still not making anywhere near as much as we are. I mean, if we're using score as a factor here, we're almost double the score of Spain. So, I think as far as looking at that, there's Wichita just not giving any shit at all. 5 years of separatism will lose military power. Yeah, Wichita here just not giving a shit about the fact that they're stuck in the middle of Spanish Louisiana. Is that a colony? Yeah, I wonder why it was still Spain. And, yeah, Spain's really blobbing out over there in North America. I hadn't really bothered with it with North America all that much. I mean, we grabbed Florida. And obviously France grabbed some stuff over here. Most of what we took is in South America. Which obviously is not historically accurate. I mean, it was Portugal and Spain that mostly colonised South America. Whereas, of course, Great Britain colonised North America. So, but there again, we also haven't had the USA form yet. So we've done fairly well to hold on to all of that. We could think about attacking Scandinavia again, but we'd have the same problem that we're currently having, which is overextension is causing a big problem for us. So that looming disaster's getting close. We are currently at 63%. And we gain +1 each month. Until we're no longer overextended. And that overextension is going to take a little bit of time. June, yeah, it all takes the same amount of time. But we should reach June, yeah, there's only going to be another 12% by then. Okay, that is another colony done. Which is this one. Let's go ahead and start working on these islands then. So, you need to get on the boat. That boat needs to get you over here. I think this belongs to the same... Yeah, it's all one piece of land. What do we want here? Tolerance of the true faith plus missionary strength versus heretics, or general missionary strength? Well, we'll just take the general missionary strength. We don't need tolerance of the true faith, really. We've already got 125% religious unity. It'd be just nice to make the missionaries work a bit faster, because while the missionaries are working, they cost you money. So if they're working faster, then they're getting the job done faster, they cost you less money. Simple as that, really. Whenever you've got missionaries working, you are paying missionary maintenance at the cost of, well, okay, it's only sort of 0.05 ducats per year. But, well, it's per 1%, so it's costing us a ducat a year, really. I'm sure that's supposed to be a month. Yeah, so it's costing us a ducat a month to keep a missionary active. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, that's 12 ducats a year we could save. Technology, we are in January now. So let's look at tech. We're not behind the time, but we're not ahead of time, but we are behind the time with military. So we take a new military tech. It would give us another level of fort. And obviously we're going to save a lot of money by not having to rebuild loads of them, but we will take that. Also gives us more combat width. And we'll grab the next level of admin tech, because that gives us some production efficiency. So let's just go around and upgrade all of our existing forts that we decided to keep. So there should be 7. So we want these ones. So there's 1. There is 2. 3. 4. 5. 6 and 7. Hardly cost us any money at all. But I think that is a good place to stop. Why do I have a random 12 stack down here? Didn't even realise I had these guys. Don't know what they're doing there. But that is a good... Oh, that's why, because these guys used to belong to Savoy. Of course you did. So let's get rid of you, because I don't need you. You guys are my heavies, and we call to light as well, which I don't really want, because it's upsetting my OCD on the numbers. So let's go ahead and mothball you guys. And we've got some extra ships there that we got from Savoy. Let's go and get rid of you. And that looks much tidier already. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying EU4, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.